Hi everyone. This time I want to talk about one theme that is rather epic in a way. I like to call it the battle for humanity. And the main idea here is about one question that I think it's really time for all of us to ask ourselves. Are we trying to help ourselves or are we trying to help and to save the world? Because we have been crossing very hard times in a way, threatening times. We know, for instance, in an article, a research article published some time ago in the Lancet journal about what is going on uh, in the field of mental health worldwide. Well, a research made across many countries has been showing that during the year 2020, there was an increase, a global increase in depression and anxiety disturbances of about 25% globally. I still have no data about 2021. Now, the thing is that now we have the war in Ukraine. We have the threat of war. Some people are now already in fear of World War III. And we still have pestilence. We still have the COVID pandemics, whatever that is. We still have lots of fear about illness. And what I think I have been observing is that lots of us, with all those global threats, we have a tendency to go downwards, to descend. We diminish ourselves in a way, in the same way that we shrink in fear, and we get closer to our animal nature, closer to everything being about survival, personal egotistic survival, self-centered interest. And when we do that, we become a lot more predictable, manipulatable, or something like that. We are easy to manipulate. We are easy to influence because we behave like a herd of animals. And this kind of thing is useful for some powers, economical and political ones, that might want to be sure they control everyone. The opposite side of this would be individuals who are rather self-aware. They are aware of the totality they are part of, like planet Earth, like humanity, and then they become intelligent human beings, autonomous to some extent, but also creative, also self-asserting, also able to think for themselves. And so they are less predictable. In a way, they are undesirable now because they are not so easy to control. Well, I think there is a tendency for some, perhaps to a lot of people, to, because of threats, because of fear, because of frustration, because of the anger that comes from frustration, because of the negative emotion and the hatred and the fear, and then the aggression that comes out of fear, they have a whole tendency to become closer to being just predictable animals. But it's possible to rise above ourselves in a way. We can become better. We can expand our awareness of ourselves within the world. We can know more, understand more, and we can become active, intelligent contributors to our planet Earth, to humanity also. Less predictable then, but like musicians within an orchestra, then as we assert our best creativity, our best individuality, we are also great contributors to a musical whole. We are part of the larger orchestra. And I like to think that one day humanity will be like a vast orchestra where everyone has a role, a part, Everyone brings its own special tone, but searching for collaboration and harmony to produce a beautiful thing like a work of art, a musical work of art, or all sorts of works of art. This is something we can strive towards, I think. Anyway, let us pay attention to something. Our emotional system, that neurologists call many times the primitive brain, meaning the limbic system of our brain, well, our emotional system has a tendency to be strongly evaluative. What is it evaluating? Everything that comes into our senses in a way. Other people, are they friendly? Are they a threat? Do I know them? Don't I know them? Do I know how to deal with people or things or events? Are they threatening? Are they bringing pleasure to me and my life? Are they probably bringing threats or pain, even death? Who knows? I keep evaluating everything because my emotional system has this tendency. It's connected to survival. I want to know whatever is happening, if it is favorable to my survival, my pleasure, my well-being, or is it potentially unfavorable? Therefore, sometimes I get the feeling of anxiety because I don't know something and I am not really able to evaluate. So, probably a threat. But let's think about this. This is primitive emotion. This is the way our emotional primitive brain tends to function. We can rise above it. We can do better than this. We can expand our consciousness instead of shrinking in fear. We can rise above being part of a herd that is rather predictable. We can contribute differently instead of bringing our emotional garbage and our fears and our projections towards others to this world. We bring love and harmony and collaboration. We bring a search to be part of a cultural world that is rather rich. And within culture, whatever we share doesn't disappear, doesn't dissolve, like when we lose money. Cultural articles can be shared without losing anything. So, in this world, I can be part of the whole in a very conscious way. I can pay attention to whatever I'm bringing, I'm inserting as my personal contribution to make sure that it is a contribution that is like a work of art, my own, but it's a work of art. It's something I can easily insert as a contribution to the beauty of the whole. I can be in tune with other people and mostly with humanity and planet Earth. I can do it in a very nice way indeed. And when there is war, when there are threats, I can think mostly about peace, indeed about love and harmony and collaboration and compassion and about helping other people and about not going for war, but going towards peace, understanding each side of conflicts, trying to find not the land of conflict, but common ground where they can come together. And because we are all humans, as we rise above our animal interests and our animal protection of territory, be it physical or intellectual or emotional, we can rise to find a common ground that is the awareness and the consciousness of humanity, its human life, its nature and planet Earth. And in there, we can find peace, collaboration. It's the real common ground because we are all humans and we are not so different as sometimes it seems. And it's rather paradoxical, but as we evolve, I think, as human beings, as we become more aware, as we expand our consciousness, as we become more creative, and in a way, we become more individual, as we become more unique, we are able to develop and to expand a greater awareness of the whole, of everything we belong to, we are part of, and we can contribute. And this is the main idea for today. So as usual, if you like it, share, subscribe to the channel, comment, and I'll be around. Thank you.